Okay, so these are my oldest. Actually, these are no. This is the oldest pair, second to the oldest pair of on that I have. So I got this in around the year 2018. My first on pair was, I think that was the Cloud. I think it was Cloud Rush. Yeah, so Cloud Rush. That was my first on pairs. I think I was just starting to go back into running or exercising. By the way, these are clouds on clouds. It wasn't called anything, not even called cloud 1, 2, or 3. They just call this on clouds, right? See how used and abused. These are one of my favorite pairs all time. See how used. So it's 2018. These are my second pairs of ons. The first pair I gave it away. I think I've given around 5 or 6 pairs of ons already, and I've given the first one. I shouldn't have. I should have kept it, but I just had to give it away. See the wear and tear. This one's already almost coming off. I've had this repaired also, if it's obvious. This went through repairs. I had it stitched because this thing is actually the first thing that comes off. No, actually the first thing that comes out are these things, right? I think half are already out, but these ones are still intact, still there. So yeah, first pairs of ons. So one of my favorites, and it's still alive. I used it a lot. Actually, I didn't use this mostly for running, but I use this mostly for kitchen work because I work in the kitchen. I know it's wrong, it's for running, but when I use these, I actually move quite faster. It's more comfortable walking around or running around in the kitchen with these on. So yeah, I think I've had this cleaned or laundried for probably 3 or 4 times already. See, even the logos in the back is gone. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, there's supposed to be something here on this part. In this other side, it's completely gone. You can still see the on logo inside. It's barely there. I think this other pair, it's entirely gone. It's no more. But you can see the wear and tear from here. See? And then this part, it's cracking out already. Because it's really, I use this shoe a lot, as in a lot. I mean, I remember back in 2018 when I was using these, it felt very exclusive. I mean, I'd walk the entire day back then, and yeah, entire day as in from nine, 9 in the morning outside until lunchtime, and then in the afternoon, wherever in the city, in the mall, and I'll never see someone else wearing On shoes, a pair of Ons. Yeah, it's 2018, 2019. I think when I went to Japan in around 2019, yeah, I think it was 2019 when I went to Japan. There were On users there, but again, not that much. Probably 1 in 100. That's the ratio of people that I see wearing these. Also, but here in the Philippines or here in Manila, there's really non-existent. I think I first started seeing people wearing these is around 2021 or 2022, yeah, or probably late 2021. I'd see maybe at least one On user per week, and that's me always out 7 days a week. So I'd see, and then somewhere around 2023, yeah, I think it was 2023 when I started seeing probably a small population of On users already. And in 2024, that's like, I don't know, 20 out of 100 would wear these. Suddenly it became really popular. And yeah, people were, I don't know why, it suddenly exploded. I guess I'm not sure if it was because Roger started wearing these or had his own model. I'm not sure if that was it, but for some reason On started becoming really popular. But back then I really enjoyed wearing these. 2018, 2019, 2020, even during the pandemic, I wouldn't see people wearing these, and usually my friends would ask me what I was wearing because the brand wasn't so familiar yet. They were asking what these were. I was like, oh, it's just a regular running shoe. Yeah, so the story why I got into Ons was, again, I was going back into running. Before Ons, I was actually a Sketcher guy. I walked a lot with Skechers, but didn't run with it. And I also used Skechers a lot for my kitchen work. And then I decided I wanted to run, so I think I first ended up with Adidas. But the problem with those shoes were it was great for running, but it felt so heavy and big. I just couldn't remember what the exact model was, but it felt so heavy, it felt so bulky. It felt like I was wearing a ship on my shoes. It was that big. But I got tired of it, so eventually I looked for what running shoes were great back then, and that time I think there was choices were what were the choices back then? I think it was Asics or Asics. I don't even know how to pronounce that. And then there was, I don't know if Mizuno was a brand. And then of course there was Nike. And then I think there was Brooks back then already. But what caught my attention was On. I think I was intrigued when I saw in some top 10 list of best running shoes. I think there was this guy who won the um, Ironman World Ironman competition, I think, and it was On. He was using On. I don't know if he was sponsored, but it was it was an On shoe. So yeah, so that's how I started. I looked for it, and back then there was only one store in our country here in the Philippines who was selling Ons. Um, it wasn't even in a mall. They weren't in malls yet. It was a store. It was a sports shop store. It had all sorts of sporting goods, weights, bicycles, and all that. And there were shoes. And I was, yeah, lucky enough to see the On. The On lineup back then wasn't so much, but it had a good, it had enough good selection for me to try. So yeah, so I think it was, yeah, the first one was Cloud Rush. It looked real, it looked real nice. What surprised me was how light the shoes were. It was very light, so I had to try it on. And then these were the next. It's my pair number two. I think I got this probably maybe 2 months after. 2 months after having my first pair, I had these ones. This is the Cloud. I mean, they look so simple, but back then they look really unique. Um, I love I love their colorways, the kinds of colors that they had. So yeah, that's my first. I think my third pair was, I still have my third pair. Um, I just don't know the name, but I think I'm gonna make a similar video like this with that model. I also like that. Just not sure. I can't remember what kind of cloud it was called, but it's also very nice. So yeah, here. See this? It's already giving out. If you notice, this one especially. This, see, it's already. Oh, wow! I think I just ruined it totally. Anyway, so this is how old. See, it's no longer flexible. It's actually very uh, crunchy. It's no longer flexible. So yeah, see. Is that my baby? Yes, my baby is crying. Wants to get in. So see, this is what it looks like after. How many years has it been? 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So yeah, wow. That's like 6 or 7 years already. This is what it looks like. It's really falling apart. Do I still wear these? No. Because I tried wearing it, I think, last year. It felt like how do I describe it? It felt like I had some plywood underneath, and it no longer had any proper grip. So it felt really slippery when walking. And yeah, it felt like a, not sandals or a leather shoe, but it felt very woody, or for the lack of the term, crispy. It felt like I had a very crispy sole, right? But yeah, here it is. It's still in one piece, probably in pieces. I'd probably glue this back just for the sake of it. But yeah, everything is really very brittle at this point. See, this one is actually here. This one's about to come off as well. Yeah, it's like dry bread. But anyway, these odds are great. Lasted a lot of years. Great for the feet, cool, and yeah. I've had it stitched. Never let me down. But yeah, the new models are actually nice. So how do I compare these old ones with the new ones? The new ones are, how do I say this? The new ones are actually, they feel more, there's a lot of grip. It feels grippier. The sole feels different. It's from these older ones, and then from the body, or from when you wear it, it feels like your shoes are, or your feet rather, are, feels more secure. It's more, I wouldn't say cozier, but it feels more like there's more, it's like hugging your feet, something like that. It's more one with you. These actually feel, they feel very relaxed. They feel very relaxed. They a bit loose, but not too loose. They feel great. So yeah. So these are my oldest ons. This is what it looks like. They're 8 or 7, 6 years. Right? They're great. So that's all.